Hello, 10th standard. So, today we will discuss the questions and answers of your lesson Moral Action. So, in the comprehension 1, C1, answer the following questions briefly. In paragraph 1, Gandhiji says, our conventional behavior is immoral, moral, neither moral nor immoral, necessary, unnecessary. So the answer is necessary. The conventional behavior is necessary to us. Then second question. What is non-moral action? What is non-moral action? A non-moral action is an action that is performed mechanically without a sense of duty. Is performed mechanically without a sense of duty, consciousness or an intention to be good. Without a sense of duty, consciousness or an intention to be good. And third question, what is the difference between a mechanical act and a non-mechanical act? Answer, an action done like a machine with no moral thought. An action done like a machine. So as the machine does the work, so we human brain works in that way only. An action done like a machine with no moral thought is a mechanical act, but an action done with a sense of duty and moral thought is intentional act. So, difference between the two, mechanical and intentional act. So, what is mechanical act? Action done like a machine without any moral thought is a mechanical act, but an action done with the sense of duty and moral thought is an intentional act. Next, give an example of a conventional behavior and a moral act. Give an example of conventional behavior and a moral act. The answer is adhering a custom and tradition. Adhering to custom and tradition is a conventional behavior. Helping others without expecting money. Helping others without expecting any money or gratitude is a moral act. So you don't expect anything. Instead, when you give your assistance to anyone, you don't expect anything in return. So that is a moral act. Fifth question. The first paragraph discusses what is not a moral action. The second paragraph gives one proper criteria to decide what constitutes a moral action. What is that criteria? So, what is that criteria we have to tell here. The criteria is know the difference between mechanical and intentional action. So, we should know the criteria, the difference between the mechanical and the intentional action. Sixth question. When can the messenger's action become a moral action? When can the messenger's actions become the moral action? When the messenger carries the order thinking that it is his duty to it is his duty, that when he thinks of it is his duty, then it becomes a moral action. Next, 7. When according to Gandhiji can we regard ourselves to have stepped onto the moral road? According to Gandhi's view, when we are only for our conscience says, then we can regard ourselves to have stepped onto the moral road. So, when we think from the side of what our conscience says, then we start thinking in a moral direction. 19. All good actions need not be moral acts. When does an action become a moral act? Paragraph 3. Give an example. An action becomes a moral action when the intention of the doer is good. When action is a moral action, when the intention of the doer is good. If a man feeds the poor out of great pity, then his action is considered a moral act. But if someone feeds the poor, helps the poor, or feeds the poor to win prestige or with a selfish motive that it is a non-moral action. If any person helps any poor with a motive of his any selfish purpose, then that act becomes a non-moral action. Just for the sake of his prestige or some other selfish purpose, that person is helping others, then it becomes a non-moral action. So 8. What is the belief that Gandhiji talks of in paragraph 2? The belief that Gandhiji talks in the paragraph 2 is the belief that God within us, the God of all, is the ever-present witness to all of our actions. So, God within us and God of all is witness to all our actions. So, God will be watching every time, every moment, every time God will be watching our actions. Then next, all good actions need not be moral. When does an action becomes a moral act? Paragraph 3. Give an example. The answer is, an action becomes a moral action when the intention of the doer is good. If a man feeds the poor out of great pity, then his action is considered a moral act. But if someone feeds the poor to win the prestige of with a selfish motive, then the act is a non-moral act. In the example of feeding the poor, whose action is moral action? So, in example of feeding the poor, the action of the person whose ulterior motive is a moral action. So, when the person with pity he feeds the poor, then his action is a moral action. The result of our action determines whether our action is moral or non-moral. Say whether that statement is true or false. So, this is a false. 12th. Why does Gandhiji say that Alexander's action cannot be called as moral? Answer. Alexander was considered great because of his conquest, and whenever he went, he took the Greek culture, Greek language, art and manners. The world enjoys the benefit today, but we cannot call it moral action as his intention was only to conquest and get recognition from the world. Then next, in each paragraph, Gandhiji adds one criteria to consider an action moral. What criteria is added in paragraph 4? The criteria is that a moral action has to be done with good intention without compulsion or fear. The criteria in doing any moral action is it should be done without any compulsion and without any fear and with good intention. 14. When does simple living becomes moral? A simple living becomes moral if though wealthy one thinks of all the misery in the world and feels that he has to live a plain and simple life and not of an extravagant and luxury. So, even though he has a luxurious life, he can afford a luxurious life, he has wealth, he has money, still thinking of the misery of this world, he prefers to live a life of a simple and plain life. Next, when does an employer's action of paying high salary to his employees remain non-moral? So, when does the action of an employer of paying a higher salary to his employees remain non-moral? It would be moral if the employer wished well for his employees and treat them kindly, thinking and realizing how he owed his prosperity to them. Because of their work, he is prosperous. So, thinking about that, he is very thankful and he thinks good of the employees. Then next, 16. When Gandhiji quotes Shakespeare in paragraph 5, what argument does he want to strengthen? When Gandhiji quotes Shakespeare in paragraph 5, What argument does he want to strengthen? On what argument he want to emphasize? So, this is the question. Gandhiji quotes from Shakespeare, love born of the profit motive is no love, is to strengthen his argument that honesty cannot endure long. Honesty cannot endure long if it is practiced in the belief that it is the best policy. So, honesty cannot be endured. Honesty cannot endure long if it is done with the thinking that honesty is the best policy. So, we should not be honest. We should not show honesty just because it is considered as a best policy. It has to come from within. 17. Gandhiji mentions the name Henry Clay as an example for moral, non-moral action. Choose the right answer. The action is a non-moral action. 18. What qualities of Daniel Webster does Gandhiji mention? Answer. Daniel Webster was known for his great intellect, his sense of heroic and sublime, but once sold his integrity for price. By a single mean act, he wiped out all his good deeds. Next, 19. What is the single mean of an actor mentioned in paragraph 16? Webster sold his integrity for price, which according to Gandhiji was a mean act. So, Webster sold his intellectual integrity, which he has done when he started doing it. He thought of doing good to the society, but ultimately he sold his whatever work he had done, he sold his works, and then at the moment when he sold his intellectual integrity, then whatever he had done, it wiped out all his good deeds. Then next, 20. Why it is difficult to judge the morality of a man's action? Answer. It is difficult to judge the morality of man's action because one cannot penetrate the depth of his mind. So, we cannot think, we cannot guess what the other person thinks, what is his plans, and what fate he has come on the earth, with what fate he has come on the earth, we cannot predict. So, we cannot judge any person on his moral action. What argument does Gandhiji give to justify that a moral act should be free from fear and compulsion? Answer. Gandhiji says that no act done with fear or compulsion is a moral act. If a person rises early out of fear that if he goes late, he may lose his job. Also, one though wealthy should live a simple and plain life, thinking of all the want and misery of the world around him. Finally, he says that the employers should pay the salary of his employees with a good intention, not with the fear that they will leave him. So, these are the three examples Gandhiji has given to show that moral actors should be free from fear and compulsion. Question number 22. To sum up, an action becomes moral when an action completes the following. A springs from one's will in paragraph 2. An act is done with good intention in paragraph 3. It should be done without fear and compulsion. Paragraph 4. Does not have any interest behind it. Paragraph 4. And E. Not done with expectations of benefit in the life after death. Paragraph 6. So, to sum up, an action becomes moral when an action, these points you have to write. Springs from one's will. An act is done with good intention. Then, it should be done without any fear or compulsion. Then, does not have any self-interest behind the action. Then, not done with expectations of benefit in the life after death, that is hell or heaven. So this is the first part of the questions and answers. Remaining I will give you through the notes only, just for your better understanding. I just dictated these questions and answers. Just remember to read the lesson more than 5 times, because the minimum is, I have told you, it is 5 times. Try to read it more than 5 times and underline the difficult words, and also try to find out any words you get and opposite of those words. So all these things you have to do it by yourself, then only your brain gets sharpened, and you will be the more work you give to your brain, the more sharp it will become. So understand what I am saying and do as I have told you. Take care. Namaste.